For the Woonsocket school mascot, we have continuing coverage.
And in a KSFY special report, technology is helping to bring divorced parents and their children closer together.
And the future of video lottery here in Sioux Falls has been limited somewhat. We'll have that story as well. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you on this Tuesday. I'm Brian Allen.
And I'm Meagan Dorsch. This is Dakota First News Today.
Live news, unequaled local news coverage, all the latest stories. You're watching KSFY's Dakota First News Today.
Good morning from Dakota First News. The Woonsocket High School mascot will not change until next year.
The school board there has decided to put off changing the Redmond mascot because residents were upset. The board voted 3-2 last month to change the name by July 1st, but several residents and students say there wasn't enough discussion. The board made the decision after the Minority Resource Center threatened to sue school districts that didn't stop using American Indian images as mascots and logos.
Well, today is 7 tonight.
And what is the future of the Hecla-Houghton School District? Voters are deciding there if they want to merge with the Britton School District. And finally, residents in the Mobridge School District will vote whether to opt out of the state tax freeze and raise another $200,000. School board members voted in favor earlier this spring, but the issue was referred to a public vote. We'll have complete election results for you tonight on Dakota First News at 10.
Well, Governor Bilgers by today.
The Sioux Falls City Council says they will limit the number of video lottery machines here in the city.
Last night, the council passed a new ordinance to effect December 31st.
Farmers in Brookings County were hit pretty hard yesterday by heavy rain and hail. Leaves were torn from branches and knee-high oats were reduced to nothing. Crop insurance will help with some of the seed costs, but most farmers will have to start from scratch. Many producers hope to replant within 2 weeks. The average cost per acre to replant is between $30 and $80. Well, authorities and residents will be surveying damage this morning after a tornado touched down in Brom, Minnesota. Brom is located just 50 miles north of Minneapolis. The twister tore down power lines and trees. So far, though, no injuries have been reported. Welcome back, everyone. The morning started out good on Wall Street, but now investors are starting to worry just a little bit.
Claire has the latest in her...
Now back to you.
Well, Gerber is hoping that it's hip to be square. The baby food maker is replacing its familiar glass jars with cubed-shaped plastic containers. Consumers say plastic is easier to open, stack, store, and carry, that type of thing. Gerber has been using the glass containers, though, for nearly 60 years.
Wow.
So the
Big
change is a-coming. Imagine living hundreds of miles away from the most important people in your life.
For millions of Americans on the No More icon.
You can kind of see both sides of that issue. The controversial aspect, where it might be a little more convenient, but at the same time, as the judge said, it doesn't replace a hug or physically being there.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it does at least give an avenue of communication to those parents and children that can't be there in the same states. Well, coming up next, we have a video of a city bus that went out of control on the streets of San Diego yesterday.
And a valuable player to the game of baseball may hang up his cleats for good. That story and more when Dakota First News Today returns. 1 year ago today, we learned not to underestimate bicycle police officers. 38-year-old Grant Webb backed into another car on the loop. A bike officer told him to pull over, but Webb took off. Wrong move. The bike officer kept up with Webb for 2 miles. When other officers got involved, Webb pulled over and surrendered.
A valuable resource to the police department.
Just keep on pedaling.
They're good.
Welcome back, everyone. An Indiana trucker is awaiting a trial on rape and assault charges.
But could he also be to free the pedestrian?
Juan Raul Garza died by lethal injection this morning after his final appeals were rejected. Garza was the second prisoner to be executed in 8 days on the federal level. He died in the same Terre Haute chamber as convicted Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh. Garza is a convicted drug runner and murderer from Texas. His last hope was clemency from President Bush, but the president rejected the request. Well, Cal Ripken has announced he won't be playing many more games. Ripken has told the Washington Post he plans to retire at the end of this year. The baseball great turns 41 this summer, and this is his 21st season with the Baltimore Orioles. Ripken broke Lou Gehrig's record of consecutive games played back in 1995.
Oh.
He'll be missed.
He will be missed.
Up next on Dakota First News Today, a day of mini golf turns wet and soggy for a Florida boy.
And police of Texas have proved that their former Taco Bell employee wanted the store's cash and a chalupa. An ex-employee tried to rob the drive-up window yesterday on a bike armed with a toy gun. The 17-year-old had the money but was waiting for his food when police arrived. The robber threatened officers and was shot twice in the leg, but the teen tried pedaling away until a canine unit stopped him.
Reportedly trying to make a run for the border.
Apparently. That is the most unique robbery story I have ever heard of, I'm going to have to say.
I like
hands
the bike.
down. Nice pun.
Yeah.
After the break, Patrick will have a look at your till 6 weather forecast.
And we'll tell you what our KSFY News team is working on for tonight's Dakota First News. We'll be right back.
Tonight on Dakota First News at 6, Shannon Stevens will tell us what it takes to make wine in South Dakota.
At 10, Sioux Falls is increasing restrictions on child care providers. KSFY's Shelley Cohane with that story.
And tomorrow on Good Morning Dakota, organizers of Hot Harley Nights are going to be in to talk about the event and give us a preview.
Yeah, usually hot around this time of the year. Cool today. Temperatures mainly in the 70s right now.